Okay guys, today we're going to be building a lithium-ion battery. So this is what I've been using before this because I was too lazy to solder a pack and I just wanted a quick way to use the batteries. But today we're going to be actually making the pack with this connector because I'm making it for my goggles. So if you have this connector or any type of connector will do. We'll go over the parts that you need specifically after this. So right now I'm just showing you. Okay, so this one I use this type of connector, but the problem is it doesn't have a balance port, so I couldn't charge it with my LiPo charger. Okay, so right now we are testing the cells. I've charged these batteries with a manual charger and both of them seem to be working fine. 4.2 volts for each one. So this is the tool that you need. It's called a spot welder, and of course the strip and the jack. You also need your balance port. I actually pulled mine from an old battery and I just cut it off and extended the wires. So you can see I have a 3D printed holder. I'll show you it in a bit. So if you can see right now, I'll show you a diagram right about here. So you're going to be connecting them in series. So the positive and negative are going to be connected together. At the bottom there, you can see it's negative, positive. So you got to connect those two together. And then the two above are going to be connecting to uh your ports, your leads. Okay. So now is the battery. Everything that I show here will be listed in the description below. Okay. This is called a fish tape. And this Teflon tape. These are the ports that you need. Whatever port you have. I mean lead. Okay, so we're gonna get started by taping the two batteries together because I wanna make it easy to work with. And then I'll put the second holder, the 3D printed holder, just for a better fit. Okay. And then now we're gonna test the batteries in series if our connection was indeed correct. They should be showing 8.4 volts. So you get your strip and you cut it to length. Just estimate how long, how how long or how short you want it to be. So a tip that you can do, a tip that I've read in the comments before is you gotta cut the corners so that it doesn't remain sharp. So which I'll do shortly. So cut it according to your length and cut the corners just to avoid it being sharp. So this is like particularly useful if you're like using the heat shrink type of wrapping, so it doesn't tear the heat shrink. Okay. Okay. See there, it's gonna focus on just a bit. Yep. Okay. So now we're gonna test. When we put the two leads from the multimeter, it should show 8.4 volts. Okay, let's try it out. 8.46. Great. That means it's working. This is as expected, of course, is a very simple circuit. Okay. So now we are going to proceed with putting the fish tape on. So this will basically protect your lithium-ion battery. So just put them on, put the little circles on. Yeah, green little circles. Put them on. Okay. And there goes the second circle. You can fast forward through some parts of this, like very I'm quite slow in this tutorial because I don't really have a lot of experience editing videos. So you can feel free to skip forward or fast forward anytime you want. All right. So now we are ready to spot weld. I'll show you shortly how I do it. I mean, I've had some problems doing spot welding because sometimes the power is too much and it ends up making holes in the strip. So I'm not really sure. I just try again and it works. If it doesn't work, I'll just try again. So, okay. Turn it on. All right. Let's try this. Okay, I think right now I was turning down the power because it was a bit too much. All right. There you go. Nope. Nope. Let's try again. All right. All right. This one's stuck. Great. Okay. So the other side. Boom. Nope. Not yet. All right. Let's go. Got two of them pretty solid in, pretty tight fit. Let's go. So now we have to put on the strips for the leads. Basically, you're gonna solder the leads onto the tin, onto the strip, not on the wire, because the heat can damage the lithium ion cells. So you make tiny strips that are for the leads. So right now I'm cutting up the strips for the leads, as you can see. All right. That's how it's gonna go on. Just making sure, cut all the corners, just to make sure. I don't really think it's necessary because for me, I'm using foam tape to cover it up later. But I mean, somebody said it in the comments, so I'll just do that. Taking it nice and slow. So now we are gonna spot weld the first tab for the lead. Let's see how well this goes. Oh, oh, boom. Nope. Okay, let's try again. It is not sticking, guys. It's alright. Let's try again. Let's go. I just need a couple sparks to hit my finger. That's how it's done. Alright, let's get the second tab on. Boom. There you go. Couple of sparks. Gets the job done. You know what I mean? Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Oh my god. One of them fell off. It's okay. Let's just try again. If you have some tips for me, feel free to comment. You know, I'm still learning. There you go. Nice and strong. So I put some flux on off camera, of course. And now we're gonna solder the main power leads to the battery. Put some tin on. There you go. Nice and hot. That's enough. Yeah. So I pre-tin the wires too. Put them on there. My angle's kind of off, my bad. But we're gonna get them on there. All right. There you go. Just to make sure. Just to make sure. Okay, so now we are gonna solder the balance leads. So basically the black and red are gonna go on the main power leads, and the rest will go to the other cells, in which right now there's only one other cell, technically. So the white wire on the balance lead will go on top. Put some flux on with some random wire jumper. Let's go. Tin that strip up. Let's go. There you go. The The balance lead for the other cell is on. I'm gonna do the other two right after because I wanted to measure the exact length that I needed. Oops, there's a random ant. Oh, the hand's fine. Oh, it's on my finger now. Here we go, put some tin on the wires. Yes. Handy tweezer, you know, because sometimes you need them. All right, there you go. There you go. Can't be too hot because you might melt the power leads off. You don't want that to happen, you know. All right, let's go for the red. Oh, it's being kind of. All right, all right. Come on, we got this. All right, there you go. All the leads are on. Okay, let's test the battery before we kind of tape it up and stuff, you know. We gotta test it out. I'm gonna bring my battery checker. Yep. Handy buzzer battery checker. Never go, can never go wrong. All right, there you go. 2 cells, that's good. 8.47, let's go. 4.24, let's go. 4.23, let's go. It's working great. It's working great. All right. Solid. Now let's tape it up. Let's tape it up with some Teflon tape. Put some foam tape on the leads. There you go. There you go. I'm gonna tape up the rest. Make it nice and yellow. All right, let's test it out. You know, remember I'm making these for my goggles. All right, it's working. It's working. There's power, guys. There's power. And now the important part. I needed the balance lead to connect it to my DVR. You know, that's old school stuff, but there you go.